All right, so a lot of times, a lot of people are going around really scared of opportunities. And I will say they're out here, you just have to really fully attack. And it can be confusing, it can be hard, and it can be quite discouraging, in my opinion, because I have been in a moment, and I know a lot of people have been too, been in the moments where you see the opportunity and really just didn't take advantage of it because you either didn't know what to do or you was afraid to take advantage because you thought you was going to get a bad outcome. But that's not the case. We actually have a special guest today, Mr. Yayven.
How's it going?
He volunteered to come on this episode with us. As you can see, we've been spamming episodes with just me and Cody. Now we're finally bringing on a guest to talk a little bit more about opportunity and his perspective and our perspective on opportunity, just to have a random, authentic conversation about this. And like I said, this podcast is only for creatives that want to just learn how to create better content, find different creators to connect with, and also just simply be themselves. So just us being ourselves and talk to y'all how we want to talk to y'all. So Cody, how you want to talk to the people today?
Well, like you said, we got a special guest today, Yayven. This is somebody who's hungry, who's ready to learn. So we brought him in, teaching him the skills. And what do you think so far?
I mean, I learned a lot just in an hour or two.
Hey, I said he's fresh. I didn't say he's said he's fresh. So yeah, so we're just trying to get his skills better, trying to give him opportunities that maybe we either weren't given in the past or that we see we can help somebody else out. That's what we're here to do.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been here since 11. It's probably like 2:30 now. And I've already learned how to use my full camera setup. I mean, I probably get some backlash for buying an FX3 and not knowing how to even set it. But hey.
Oh, yeah. Quick flex. We are shooting on 4 FX3s. How we feel about that, fellas?
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
What's fun? We got 16K right here, bro.
16.
Yes, 4 at 16K.
Yeah. Dang. Well, there you go. Hey, look, when you got a team, you also can increase the price that's on the set as
For
well.
sure.
So,
And I would also say one thing is don't always think you could do it yourself.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's one thing I've been learning.
That's
a lot.
my motto right there.
Yep.
That's my motto.
You can't.
For real.
Oh, I thought we were going to say.
I was just saying you can't do it alone. Like,
I thought he was going to give us a whole montage. Oh, we can't. Okay, anyway, carry on. You funny, Cody. But, so, yeah, we here to talk about opportunity, and we came together today to not only educate and help Yayven, but to actually share each other knowledge and piggyback off each other to grow to further distances in our careers and just get better overall. And we're now teaming up, so if you need us, we're coming together now.
For sure.
Yep.
And the topic being opportunity, I mean, that's how we met.
Yeah.
I got my first big event. They hired me for drone footage indoors, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
But
no, it was wild. And then, first of all, tell them about the experience about the drone indoor before we even get into it.
It was nerve-wracking. I mean, we was near this one private airport, so I was like, shit, I don't know if it's going to be a little fun or something, but, screw it, whatever. Threw it up, got some cool shots of the outside. Then we got inside. That's where it got real interesting. And then on the spot, client hired me to do some crowd work, whatever. I learned to hold my shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and then it was like pretty much halftime at the event. And then homeboy come up to me. He's like, "Oh, what's up? I'm over here like, I thought you was at the event at first."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Oh, FX3." I said, what you do? Then after that, we just took the risk.
Yeah. But nah, when he was flying that drone, he didn't say it, but I'm gonna say it. When he was flying that drone at the event, it's probably one of the funniest moments of my life. Everybody thought somebody's wig was gonna fly off. The drone was overly loud for the event. It was actually nerve-wracking for some people. Everyone was looking up mid-event, and granted, it's a conference. Everyone just listened to someone talking. All you hear is a
In the background.
Yeah, drone inside is crazy.
Yeah. They wouldn't.
I probably recommend the smaller ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't take a Mavic 2 Pro.
Nah.
Hey, but we got paid though. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Hey, look, that's what they asked for. You get what they asked for. But let's carry on. So let's talk a little bit more about opportunity. So let's talk to the people. And
Quick question. I want some lore on y'all. What was your biggest first opportunity?
Okay.
That's a good one. I actually was given a pretty big opportunity, and it just happened like yours did, but I wasn't the one who met my opportunity. So I had a business partner before JB. We fell out, but long story short, she was literally in Atlanta one day just taking some photos. She saw a guy outside the street decided to talk to him because he was like, hey, you do photos. You talk to him, and ever since then they had a shoot one day. He needed a videographer. She done the photos. I came into the videos, and like ever since then he put me on to like all of my jobs I did from that point on.
Right.
My biggest opportunity, let's see, quite a few. My most exciting, biggest opportunity was actually through connect with another videographer. Because when I first got into videography, I already knew I was like you. I can't do it myself, nor can I probably find a client to book me on a higher level by myself.
Try.
You can try, but it's gonna be hard.
Don't take you long.
Yeah. But anyway, I flew out to Florida for a 3-day event, and it was a great event. The reason why, because they had fed me steak.
Oh wow.
I had my own hotel room.
My God, why did it die?
Yeah. I got flew out.
What I do?
But yeah, so I think that's one of my favorite, biggest opportunities.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to land this summer. Is like somebody do some travel work.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, no. It's definitely a difference, man. And I got a chance to, while I was doing it, I went outside. It was an upscale hotel. So I went outside there, was smoking cigars. I went out there bonding with some new people.
That's cool. Yeah, that's always cool to network with just randoms. Like,
Yep. That's how I actually got one of the jobs recently, making a website for somebody. He was just in my cul-de-sac next door doing some kind of work on the house. And I walked outside and he started talking to me. I had my camera in my hand and instantly, like that, just a connection outside my front door.
Yeah. Okay.
sometimes it's literally just going outside and talking to somebody.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Especially nowadays, everybody's shy. Nobody know their neighbors no more.
Man, what?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared something's gonna happen.
Bro. I knew the whole street.
You say you know the whole street.
Yeah.
So like you can go to your next door neighbor, knock on the door.
I could if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I really should just be like, hey, just so y'all know I do videography.
Yeah. So.
Because they probably got no clue. They just see me going in and out of driveway all day.
Yeah.
What you do for work?
Right. So let's talk a little bit more. So on a day-to-day perspective, let's all talk about this. What's your overall, like when you wake up, what's your burning fuel that keeps you going as far as seeking opportunity? Like what is it? What's the thing in the back of your head that you constantly think about?
Real quick, if you're someone that want to create high quality videos and you need a little push and you need a little bit more education on how to do so, Course Creator Academy has your back. We have one-on-one classes and virtual classes for you all where we can schedule a time in the day and put you guys in our online course so that way you guys can learn everything you need to know on how to achieve high quality videos.
Also, don't forget, follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, to learn more about what Course Creator Academy has to offer.
Yeah, think on that.
I would say while you're thinking, for me, it would be basically just trying to be successful, trying to get to a point where I can sit back, relax a little bit. I'm not worried about week to week paying bills or how am I going to eat or none of that. So I would say that's the goal, really just making sure that I'm successful and I don't have to be overly rich. I'm not looking for mansions or nothing.
Yeah.
What's success to you?
Comfortability. Being able to look at your bank account and know that for the next 6 months, a year, 2, 3, 4 years in advance, you're going to be good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I would say my burning desire is like just wanting to wake up and succeed. Cause like, you know, I felt in other aspects of my life to where like, you know, I wanted to do good in that spot. So now I'm like, I've shifted my focus to this. And now I'm like, I see the potential of it. I see the people showing support from this work now. And it's kind of like, okay, like I actually got a few people behind me now. So I was like, it's not just me believing in this crazy dream. It's like there's other people who actually
Got the same dream almost.
They're, if anything, I inspire other people because they're like, oh wow, this dude was just doing this. Like now he's doing that. So
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
you never
crazy.
know.
It's crazy. By the way, you ever met somebody you see yourself through them? Yeah, that's Yayven for me right now. That hunger was me when I first started. Just overall, I came in trying to find as many people to connect with because like I said, I knew I could do it myself. But then again, you know, I know if I need help, somebody got my back. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And of course, if you come up with a new idea, those typically the first people to support you, the people you go ahead and connect with and build a relationship with. But
some of the people I've met have been more supportive than people I've known my whole life, bro.
yeah, no, for
It'd
real.
be the randoms, like people you barely know, and then they showing a bunch of love and putting you on a bunch of game, and then it's like somebody you know in 3-4 years, they don't even want to.
Yeah. Or even somebody in your family that you think should support you, they don't. And I've kind of come to terms with that. It's like you can't really expect anyone to support you, and it's like, but you're right. It ends up being the random people that you don't even know.
Yeah, I always
For real,
had this
man.
dream to find new friends anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like honestly, because don't be stuck with the same friend group and so close minded, because you're gonna be stuck around those same people I mean, I love my homies to death, but
Yeah.
shit, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in if I didn't seek out other,
exactly.
other
Yep.
people.
Get in the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta stand in the way like a traffic cone.
You gotta move that shit.
Or be moved.
You see that good parking spot with the cone in front of it.
You move the cone. Move the cone. I mean, that might be a pothole.
That's true.
Might be an
That's
obstacle.
true.
Might
It
be
could
an
have been a warning cone.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Cause it say, hey, look, bro, I told you don't do
I
that.
tried to tell you.
Now you don't have a car.
now you're out of tire.
Be careful on that land.
So yeah, okay. No, that's great insight. To come with a different perspective, and that's why I wanted to do this podcast today, because the different perspectives, the different stories behind it. Now let's keep going on with some more questions.
Okay.
Someone think of a question. Like I said, no, this is authentic, y'all. I don't have a list
It's
of
off the
questions.
top of the head. No
This is
shot
off
list.
the top of the head. This is, no shot list.
Yeah, no shot
Like
list,
that.
no script, nothing.
I'm making a t-shirt.
Hey, just 4FX3.
T-shirt 4FX3, no shot list.
4FX3 in a dream.
T-shirt. Yeah, even don't steal it.
I got a vinyl printer at home, boy.
Dang.
Let me see.
What you got, Cody?
As far as opportunities and in general what we're talking about, again, just take the opportunities. Like, you never know who it is you're talking to. You never
that
know.
risk.
You never know. You never know, like, who it is what kind of work they may need. Now, it would be cool if you could walk by somebody and you knew, like, out of your head, like, hey, that they need this kind of work, so they're looking for me. But that's not how we're moving yet. I know, JB, you'd like to. That'd be dope. But we ain't there yet. So, unfortunately, you got to actually open your mouth and talk to people. And that's the only way it's going to work.
Yeah.
So, and then also having the camera in your hands will get you in a lot of places. It'll either get you in or get you kicked out. But
That's true.
take the risk.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think me and Cody gonna go on a spree of intentionally trying to get kicked out.
Yeah. We're doing good at it so far.
Yeah. I think if you go in with the intention to get kicked out, you won't get kicked out.
That's
It's
true.
crazy.
That's true.
Let me go get a $5,000 drone fund today.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go try to get kicked out of the Mercedes Benz today. No one's ever gonna find they're gonna walk right past. Oh, how y'all doing? Like, we're not supposed to be here.
Bro, sometimes you just gotta make a shirt that says staff.
Yeah.
And just keep walking straight.
Yeah, true.
It's a good idea.
All right, let's ask different questions. Would you rather have tons of equipment, no clients, or tons of clients, low equipment?
It could go either way, to be honest. Because if you got the clients and you don't got the gear, well, you got the source of the income right there.
Yeah.
So you can always just get funded, upgrade.
Yeah.
But
I was
then if
actually
you
going to say the opposite, because it's like, if you've got the clients and you're not making the money to upgrade the gear, then what's the
Something's off.
purpose?
Yeah,
Something's not working.
But I mean, if you got the gear, then all you gotta do is find clients. So that's pretty much I was the beginning. Like, I had clients, but I didn't have the gear.
Yeah.
And then, like, stop doing it for a bit. And then I got the gear, and now I'm like, okay, now I gotta go seek the people who are gonna pay for high quality content.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's generally how it goes. I did the same thing. I literally, like, I went from a point where I had a lot of gear and I didn't have a lot of clients. Then I had a lot of clients, I didn't have a lot of gear. And now I'm back to where I got a decent amount of gear and not a lot of clients.
Well, another thing is too, the more clients you get, you realize you don't have that much gear.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Man, boy, you get woken up
Amazon,
every time.
Amazon list just keep growing.
That was actually a good point.
That is a good point.
And man, it's always a competition somewhere, and it's always a wake up point. I was just thinking about that yesterday. No matter how much equipment you have, there's always somebody with either more or better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you always gonna want more, but then also another thing is, like, you always have exactly what you need as well. So
exactly. Yeah, because that's how I got stuck in this 2 FX3 deal. I thought one was enough, and I say 2, and then I'm glad I met Cody.
Yep.
And now you
Third
got 4.
Now we got 4.
Fifth?
Yep.
You got a fifth one coming soon?
Yeah, when y'all gonna have to buy another one.
Yep.
I'm good. I'm not buying no more. so y'all know.
Yeah, I'd like to have a second one. Keep one on the cine pack.
Yep.
Keep one regular.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Okay, so we got. So am I hearing Camera Foundry? Watch this video, please.
Please. Yeah, I need the rig. It's been tough. FX2 got my pockets low.
Yeah. Hey, look, it definitely gets you. But overall, I will say this. Now, I will say one of the biggest flaws with buying equipment, it can't eat up all your money too. Because in videography, you gotta keep it real, people. You want to keep that overhead low.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Buying 2 FX3, buying 3 FX3 is cool, but like
Trying to play catch up.
Yeah, you gonna try to play catch up, and you never know when slow season gonna come. Cause at the end of the day, it's a business and
Yep.
service based business, so you're not relying on the camera to make you money. You're relying on people to spend money.
That and also just putting yourself out there.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, and you got to make sure that the equipment that you're using equals the amount of money you're charging. You know, if you just come out with one single camera and you try to charge $5,000, nobody's going to pay for that.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure you're getting the amount of money that you need for the equipment you have. So if you do have a lot of equipment and you know how to use it, make sure you're getting a good amount of money and not just getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course that comes with strategy.
Yep.
If you do want to charge the $5,000, just make it make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's my next step is like really just scaling this, like getting customers, getting people to pay the price I believe is my worth.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, giving them a good product, not just charging, being like, all right, here you go. Like genuinely give them a good product, good service.
Yeah.
And like walk out the door knowing you did your best, and then that thing will be a satisfied customer.
So what's your inspiration? What's your thing your inspiration is?
For creating?
Yeah, creating. And overall being in this media production field. What's the inspiration to be here? Why are we choosing here, fellas? Why?
So I grew up around the soccer background, right? And I always wanted to be like on the YouTube videos, doing stuff like that. So I always like loved watching YouTube videos. Like I grew up watching YouTube more than anything else. So I was like, okay, if I don't do good in soccer or in sports, then I know like there's always the possibility of doing content. But that possibility didn't really become real to me until like the last 2 to 3 years. And things have been blowing up. Like I started out with gym content. That's how the whole reason I got into filmmaking and all that. I want to make some dope ass like videos. Like I see all these cool content creators getting sponsored. So I was like, okay. So I got into that. And then after that, I mean, soccer fell out. And then I was like, okay, I need to find something else I'm passionate about. Like I still had the gym. Gym was like the main core to keep me like together. And then once I found the camera and stuff, like that's when it really opened doors. Cause then I'm like, okay, you film too. Yo, let's go hit the gym and do this.
Yeah.
Then boom, that's 2-3 people you meet, and then you keep going, and then soon enough, people gonna be like, oh, you got a camera, you film stuff. Hey, you try to go film something in the room.
Yeah.
You know, give out some freebies, and then from there, that's when you start building the people who trust you, the people who like your work, and then word of mouth spreads. They share your post on Insta, they like it, they comment, and then boom, it just spreads.
If we could make your videos go from this to this to this, would you say it'd make your editing process a whole lot easier?
Here at Course Creator Academy, we didn't only think about ourselves, we thought about you. We took the time to create LUT packages for you to make your editing process a lot faster and easier, simply by click and drag.
And right now, you can get all of our premium LUTs inside of one package sent straight to your inbox. No subscriptions needed.
And did I mention, we made these LUTs for one of the largest editing platforms out right now, which is Premiere Pro. So go ahead and head over to CourseCreatorAcademy.org to grab your LUTs today.
Yeah, so for me and what inspires me is more or less kind of the same. So as I was growing up, I would play the drums, or I learned to play the drums at like 7, 8 years old. And when I got like 9 or 10, I started watching a YouTuber. His name was like Ricky Drums or Ricky Drummond. And he would always have multiple cameras set up, and he would record his drum sessions. And I'm like, wow, that would be dope. Like if I could actually record my drum sessions and share them and stuff. So I never really got the setup to actually do that. But that kind of jump started me into like wanting to get a camera. So I went and got a camera. I started shooting my own tech YouTube videos, and it just went from there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. I think it's always important to have an inspiration. My biggest inspiration, I put my back against the wall a lot. Personally, I'm a diehard entrepreneur. Personally, that's how I consider myself. I've been doing entrepreneurship since 18, 19.
Honestly, I could say the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what drove me.
Yeah,
that's true.
That entrepreneurship spirit and that want to succeed on my own versus relying on a different source to get me there.
Yeah,
Which it won't, by the way. It won't get you there.
No.
It'll help you get by until you do get where you gotta go, or to help you get where you gotta go. But overall, I just got that will to put my back against the wall and get to it, because I don't have no extra source to rely on.
Yeah, and just to touch on that too, now that you bring that up, that reminded me, like, that was what got me into it as well.
Yeah.
So I started doing the t-shirts. Like, that was during COVID in high school. I was like, I need to make some money.
Oh, yeah,
and like,
yeah.
I can't get no job. Yeah. I can't get no job or nothing. I found this one little book that my pops had. It said t-shirts and screen printing, all this. I skimmed through it, whatever. And I found the heat press. I was like, oh, that's all I need.
That's
I see heat press. I was like, cool. And then I started looking up TikToks and YouTube videos about how to make t-shirts. And then boom. So then, another thing that kept me going. So like that was like the main start of learning how to sell something.
Yeah.
And actually make it something as well. That's when, like, I have a problem, bro.
I have a problem.
I cannot work for people. Like, I get so pissed off easily, especially if
The
they talk to
attention
me.
span low.
That, but like also when you talk to me wrong, you're like, I just get pissed. And I'm just like, I don't want to work for you. I don't want to do nothing. Give you no service.
Yeah.
So then that drove me to be like, okay, like I've had some cool bosses, but then I also realized like I want to be that cool boss.
Yeah.
I want to work for myself.
I want to be you.
And I want to give other people game and give people jobs. Because like if I was able to give somebody a job like this, once I'm doing good and I can put someone else on to like other jobs, that's perfect. Because then you don't got to go spend your time on this little job, and you can also give somebody a way to make some income real quick.
Yep.
Or permanently.
Yeah.
Or permanently, yeah. I would say I agree with you about, like, I don't have a problem with authority. I have no problem with rules and stuff, but I have a problem with speaking with me disrespectful and just working for bosses who basically do that.
And they just don't care.
They don't care. No,
they
they don't.
You're just a pawn, bro.
Yep. They'll replace you tomorrow.
For real. Go be a king. Go be a king.
A big king. But yeah, man, overall, like I said, the stories that we have, the insight that we have is very unique. I hope someone found this valuable. If you want us to talk a little bit more about different things, or you have a topic you want to hear us talk about, just put it in the comments.
For sure.
Put it somewhere where we can just start talking about it and give you the content you guys looking for. And overall, you want to close it out?
Hey, let's get this vid to 50 likes, and I'll come back on. We're gonna start low.
Start low. I like that.
Yeah, 50 likes. That's
not bad.
We'll take that.
That's not bad. Okay, well, yeah. With that being said, get us 50 likes. Cause we need Yayven to be here every time.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
And something I always say at the end of my videos is my little lingo. It's like, create your own reality. The world is yours.
There you go. I like that. Well, with that being said, we're out. Peace.